Thanks for joining the stream today, or the video. Today we're going to be going over a Whirlwind Barbarian build that I like to play. We just recently acquired an Eth Hellslayer Decapitator axe. So for you guys who don't know, it is possible to corrupt things in Project Diablo 2, a mod, one of the most popular mods right now for Diablo 2, and get some sockets or additional stats on it. So what we've done is, by we, I mean myself and my duo partner, I actually dared him to slam this thing. Guess what? It's 5 sockets now. So we threw three ohms in it and a Zod rune in it. We still need one more uh, ohm for additional enhanced damage, and then from there, this character will really have some pretty extensive damage. So let's just jump right into it, shall we? So this is the Barbarian, and as you can see, he's pretty ugly. Style points for the Vamp Gaze helm. Um, I'm actually hitting for 14,000 damage buffed, despite not having Might Aura from my Mercenary. That will probably increase substantially. So 18,000 sheet damage after BO, 19,000 actually if I properly switch and then BO. So here's the axe we've been talking about: Hellslayer, Ethereal Decapitator with a Zon Ohm in it. And so the nice thing about this axe is it scales based on level for vitality, strength, enhanced maximum damage. These things all increase the damage a lot. The vitality doesn't. That's just for tankiness and health. But the strength increases damage of a barbarian by a lot too. So a very high damage dealing axe. I have Fortitude, which actually gives enhanced damage as well, 200%, a little bit nerfed compared to vanilla Diablo. Diablo 2. I got a Vamp Gaze, Self-Found, 15 max damage, 9 all res jewel. Atma Scarab, 2 max all resistance corruption. You got Corrupted Life Leech, lightning res, high strength, AR ring. Mana Leech, Ravenfrost, T-Gods, some crafted gloves, dual res, life, crushing blow, life leech, and Goblin Toe. For charms, we've got masteries, war cries, 7 faster run walk, 15 all res, grand charm mastery, max damage AR, combat. This isn't very useful. I do need to substitute this. One, the FHR does not actually benefit a barbarian when they're in Whirlwind, because you can't get hit and then have the animation change that would benefit from faster hit recovery to get out of that animation faster. So it's really kind of pointless, but it's a nice charm anyways. And then masteries, charms of life, max damage AR life res, 6 all res, 10 fire, 11 light, more max damage AR life fire res, and more fillers of all res. So I actually dumped a lot of points into natural resistances for this character, just so I could meet those high capped res. I do plan on trying Ubers with this character, and overcapping the resistances will benefit when facing Mephisto's Conviction. And then we've got 1 point in combat reflexes, increased speed, max general mastery, which is big for damage. Also critical strike. Couple points for Iron Skin. Every 2 base levels you get bonus percent physical damage reduction. So with the Vamp Gaze I actually have 24%, which is pretty good. And then less points in battle orders, as it did sustain a nerf compared to vanilla Diablo 2. Now it gives flat life and mana instead of percent. Battle command actually gives damage and bonus skills for every 10 hard points. So that's really where we're getting a lot of our damage from too. And then, of course, maxed in Whirlwind and 1 point in each prerequisite. All right, let's do a map. I think I have one somewhere. Oh, we didn't even roll it yet. Such an amateur. I'm gonna re-roll this. Hopefully, get density that's a little bit higher. So, Project Diablo 2 introduces maps, which is some of the end game content. So what we'll do is we'll take this orb here bought from Anya. We'll put that in the cube, a rune 9 or greater than 9. Actually, it says 9 or it says greater than 9, so anything above 9. Ort is 9, so anything better than an Ort rune. And then the perfect gem, not a jewel. I'll just use this skull. Great. So now this is re-rolled. Additional experience. Monster density 156. Contains ghosts. This should be doable. I mean, they should all be doable with this awesome axe, but shouldn't be too hard. Alright, and this is a what? Tier 2 map? Or Tier 1? Tier 1. Alright. Any physical immunes here? There are. The ghosts are physical immune. That's kind of a bummer. But we do have amp damage, so that should be able to break that immunity. Initial impression is, with this new axe, big old damage. I'm still just as tanky. I was using a Death Colossus sword, Ethereal Colossus sword, actually my mercenary's weapon beforehand. That was pretty good then too. Let's see how our damage compares. Oop. Oh yeah. So we're talking 8k with the 8k maximum damage. The minimum damage actually goes down, but 8k maximum damage with this new axe. Also granted, I have Might Aura on and 200 health. So big improvement. Give him his weapon back so he doesn't die in battle without it. Oh yes, I love it. As soon as amp is procced by my Atmas, this really shreds. A little tricky with the physical immunes, but some people might get, what's it called, War Cry maybe? The debuff here. Battle Cry. Some people might get Battle Cry, which can actually break physical immunities. I didn't want to put extra points in it, and rather put points in the natural resistance to make sure I had all res. But since I have all these charms now compared to before, once I respec, I might actually be able to put less points in there, more points in BO or something for additional tankiness and health. I do notice that I would like to have more amp damage proc. I think it's only 7% on the amulet I'm wearing. Cool, really. If for those who don't know, Project Diablo 2 is the greatest mod, okay, so you should all download it and try it if you're a fan of vanilla Diablo 2. Aside from that, the Whirlwind Barbarian benefits from holding the Alt key as you whirlwind through things as you go, because you'll go right through the monsters and continue to path. So if I whirlwind to this Fetish Shaman, it's going to go right to his position and then stop and not go through him. So if you hold Alt, it prevents that from happening. Rip Ip. Looks like he's dead. I have to go resurrect him. I don't know if I have any gold, but give it a shot. Still, even without him, I'm shredding. Because I feel like I am. I used 1 mana potion for mana burn earlier. See if we got enough gold with this shield here. I'd love to get my boy Ip back. Ugh. Alright, Ip. Let's get in there. I don't know if I BO'd him. Maybe that was why he died. Or maybe he just died to Conviction. Nice. With the Conviction, I do need a little bit more resistances to maintain max. It's good to check there sometimes. I think they nerfed Uber Mephisto's Conviction as well, so that's what I've heard, so it shouldn't be as bad or difficult to achieve maximum resistances despite Conviction. As you can see here, if Amplified Damage casts, everything dies very quickly. So I find this Whirlwind build is one of my strongest characters from clearing. I mean, that was even before this Decapitator, but now it's even better. I'd like to be a little bit tankier, but I dumped a lot of points in natural resistance, so I'm not sure what we'll do about that. I think in terms of tankier, obviously I'm not really losing a lot of health while I'm whirlwinding, but having only 2,100 max health as a barbarian with BO, it's not that impressive. So the main songs I use on Switch for casting, shout out our King Do Work, for giving that to me, is 7 to all skills, so that's actually not too bad. It's 1 skill more than if I had 2 BO sticks, which is what I was using before. But for my BO, it's not horrible. It's just you get more points in it and have higher max life. That would be nice. This is the boss here for this map. Oh, dangerous here with the physical abuse. So we can proc some amp, clear all this trash. And Ip died again. So it's kind of challenging to hit. There we go. Once I wasn't tripping over the, the terrain there, we got better. All right, so that pretty much concludes it. Really, really impressed overall. I think this character could be even better if I got Beast on my mercenary with fanaticism. That would probably buff my damage even more. But we're not there yet. So thanks for joining us for the video, and hope to see you on the Twitch stream or YouTube. Feel free to follow or subscribe. Thanks. Peace.